U.S. Yeah.
The language is Lakota, one of 3 dialects of the people collectively called Sioux, a tribe of hunters and warriors that once roamed the northern plains. This 83-year-old warrior's ability to speak his native language helped defeat the Japanese in World War II.
I helped win the war. I helped me and my buddies.
His name is Clarence Wolf Guts, a surname chosen from nature, as are all other Lakota family names. Clarence Wolf Guts remains proud of who he is and the language he speaks.
The Lakota language is still alive, you know. And whenever I'm with anybody, I talk in my language to them.
In 1942, while serving in the U.S. Army, Clarence and some of his Lakota-speaking friends were put in a special unit to send and receive messages. The U.S. Marines enlisted Navajo speakers, and the Japanese never were able to understand the messages. It was dangerous work, often carried out near the front lines, where Clarence says he saw plenty of combat.
We got shot at, and we done some shooting ourselves. But you know, it isn't easy shooting at another human being.
Until a couple of years ago, most people who knew Clarence Wolf Guts on the Pine Ridge Reservation had no idea that he'd been a code talker. He seldom spoke about it. At the other end of the state, at the University of South Dakota, Charles Trimble directs the Institute of American Indian Studies. He knew Clarence as a neighbor at Pine Ridge.
We didn't know it. I didn't know until a couple of years ago. And I was reading something, and he never talked about it. A lot of times, veterans would come home, you know, especially during World War II. And they would get back into the community. You very seldom, except when 2 or 3 of them got together, hear them talk about that, about the horrible things that happened around them or anything else.
It would be difficult to form a Lakota code talker unit today because few young people speak the language fluently. The university offers classes in Lakota for both Indian and non-Indian students, and Trimble says this helps keep the language alive.
I think it's important, I think it's beautiful, and I think it helps the person, and certainly it keeps the tribe alive, you know, as a tribe.
Clarence Wolf Guts now lives in a retirement home on the reservation. He says seeing the people of his country healthy and happy is the greatest reward he gained from his service in the war.
When I see people laughing and having a good time, I realize why we were over there.